feel like you're alive. So feel it now, and you might just enjoy the ride. Rise up to the fight with your head held up high. Let your mind be free and touch the sky. We can't let time pass us by and wonder what the reason why. We know we could and know we pay. So rise up, today's the day. So take your chance, it's up to you. Your mind's made up, now see it through. There's no record and no replay. So rise up, today's the day. Oh.
Hello everyone, I'm Bill McAtee and welcome to another edition of the Faldo Series, a year-long schedule of 40 junior tournaments held in 30 countries. Now in its 19th year, the series can boast a couple of famous alumni, world number one Rory McIlroy and former world number one Yanni Sang. Sir Nick Faldo's goal continues to be to help identify and nurture the next generation of golf champions, his way of giving back to the game that has given him so much. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll take you to the beautiful and iconic Greenbrier Resort, where this year's Faldo Series North American Grand Final was held. Then we'll head to the other side of the world to Mission Hills in China for the Asia Grand Final. So sit back and enjoy a sneak peek into golf's future. Sir Nick will be our ambassador, leading the charge to connect the continents through the game of golf.
Hi gang, how are you all? You good?
The Faldo Series means an awful lot to me. We're approaching 20 years now. It's just my way. I mean, we all like to pay forward, as we call it now. I mean, I didn't have, I learnt the game myself, but there's more young golfers wanting to play the game now. So all I kind of say is if I can just help them to fast tracking in some way or give them a little bit push in the right direction. If I can give some young kids around the world an opportunity to have a career and a life through the game of golf would be pretty cool.
White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, nestled in the beautiful Allegheny Mountains. This past fall, 83 competitors, boys and girls aged 12 to 21 from all over the world, qualified to play at the Greenbrier Resort. There was time set aside for players to sharpen their skills, create friendships, and get advice from six-time major champion Sir Nick Faldo.
The best part of this week has been definitely getting to interact with all the international people. Being from the USA, we don't really get this chance a lot, and I've made a ton of new friends, and it's just a great experience overall.
1, 2, 3.
It's kind of like living the tour life for a week and, kind of see if you like that. So it's been really cool.
So the goal is for you to decide what you want to do.
To spend time with him during the week means a lot because he doesn't have to be here, but the fact that he is here means a lot to me.
I was surprised how much he'd come up to you and help you out and talk to you about your golf and his golf and shared memories with all of us, and I think that's great for us because we can take a few things from him and see how we get on with it.
The best players in the world are still tweaking, fine-tuning the fundamentals of this game.
Sir Nick leaned on some history and experience, bringing in longtime friend and caddy Fanny Soonerson to offer her professional insights into course preparation.
I've had a lot of interesting questions, interesting talks with them on lots of different things. If you do this, if you write over the ridge all the time, then you know you're over.
That's the point.
Always, yeah. Most of the questions has been on how you think on the golf course, the mental side. But often it's very linked to the strategy side, how to play the course, on preparing. So the two sort of marry well together. Do you see the difference? If we stand here now, can you see the downslope? Yeah. Because you couldn't see it from the other side, could you? And of course other things, how you practice and things about the tour and about what I did when I was caddying and things I said to players, but a lot on the mental side.
I used to make tiny notes of even half a degree change, because I knew that if I was hitting a wedge in, it would make a big difference.
He's got thoughts and telling how important it was for him to know that we were prepared. And I think it's good for the kids to hear that from him as well as from me.
Final words of wisdom as the competition gets ready to heat up. Coming up, who will be the next Faldo Series champion? The old white course at Greenbrier Resort is primed and ready for the 3-day competition to begin and to crown the North American Grand Final champion.
Okay, just make sure you keep the cart as you pull it outside of the bunkers around the grooves, please. Sorry about that, but we don't
I'll
want
try to refrain from the bunkers.
Have a good day.
Girls and boys from all over the world tee off in hopes of not only winning their age divisions, but to perhaps achieve the ultimate prize, overall champion, a feat accomplished by Megan Kang last year. Not all who made the trip were able to play through. Karsten Tillmans of the Netherlands came despite battling a kidney illness, which unfortunately took a turn for the worse.
And I hear news that he's really ill. You know, he's out there practicing, and their parents are saying, I don't know what he's been throwing up for a couple of days, he can't eat. And I said, well, why? What's going on? And they said, well, he's got a kidney complaint. And he probably needs an operation. And I said, whoa. I said, hang on a minute. I said, health is way more important than golf. I said, well, and they said, but he wants to be here. They've qualified. They want to be here. I said, well, hey, I'm the boss. I can find a way.
I know what it's like being a golfer. I played with injuries, father and son, trying to just to keep my boy happy. But I feel for you, okay? Yeah, so you get yourself well. That's most important. And then golf next year. Yeah. All right. See ya. All right. Sure, pleasure.
Although Karsten was unable to compete, the good news is that after being treated back home, he is healthy and playing golf once again, hoping for another chance in the Faldo Series.
Welcome to the final round of the 18th Faldo Series Grand Final.
After 2 days of competition, the Grand Final came down to 3 players from 3 different countries. Following a second round 68, Chile's Gustavo Silva was 3 back. The defending boys champion, USA's Zachary Beauchou, entered the final round only 1 behind Simon Zak, a 6'4" star from the Czech Republic. On the girls' side, overall defending champion Megan Kang made her mark on this Grand Final once again. Despite being challenged by a host of others, Megan maintained her laser-like focus to win the Grand Final once again. While Megan was steady throughout the entire tournament, Simon Zak's short game was unstable. The pressure was getting to many of the players, including Simon, who was the final round leader. That gave Virginia's Zachary Beauchou a small window of opportunity, and he took advantage. Zachary chased down his good friend from the Czech Republic. The final round drama was building. Splendid shot-making from both players as the tournament was coming down to the wire, with neither wavering. After 53 holes, Simon was still holding on to a 1-shot lead. He was first, and his 40-foot birdie putt went 10 feet past the hole. Down by a shot, Zachary for birdie to tie for the lead. The third member of the group, Chile's Gustavo Silva, shot a final round 75 to finish 5 behind. Nevertheless, a great performance. Now, it was a 10-footer for par that Simon had to make. This grand final was going to a playoff. The signature 18th, a picturesque postcard par 3, the perfect hole for a playoff. Simon up first and safely on the green. Zachary Beauchou's turn. And game on. Both had birdie putts. The tournament would come down to a putting contest. Simon for birdie. Then Zachary for birdie and the win. So Simon for par. A costly 3-putt. Giving Zachary a short putt to win it all. Zachary Beauchou, the overall Faldo Series Grand Final champion.
It was beautiful in tournament. I enjoyed it a lot. I played last round with Zachary Beauchou, and we became friends last year when we were also tied. And then we fly to China, and it was really beautiful match with him and great playing. I was just a little bit unlucky, but I think it's golf and it's life. So I enjoyed a lot, and I hope I will play next year also.
It was a memorable week despite a runner-up finish, and for Zachary Beauchou, a hug from last year's overall champion, Megan Kang.
Oh, this is an awesome one for me, especially because it's an international event. I was really close last year, I came in second, and to come in, win this year felt really good for me.
One of the top junior golfers in the country can now add Grand Final champion to his resume.
I got my motivation this week from my little brother, Paul. He's 9 years old. He had an attack on his appendix, so he had to go to the hospital and get surgery. So I did it for him this week. I miss you, Paul, and I'm going to be able to see him tomorrow, so excited about that.
Next up, a rematch across the globe at Mission Hills in China for the Faldo Series Grand Final Asia. Today's the day.
Today's the day, we'll find out what we're made from. So live it up and tomorrow we'll be strong. Be strong, be strong.
Mission Hills Golf Club in China, home to the Faldo Series Asia Grand Final. Now in its 10th year, the Asia Grand Final trophy's become one of the most coveted prizes in junior golf. 82 boys and girls from 18 different countries participated in clinics hosted by Sir Nick. A golden opportunity to get up close and personal with a 6-time major champion.
It's quite interesting to me when people comment that, the fact I'm hands-on. I'm out there and I do it because, to me, that's just me, just doing it. I genuinely enjoy this. If I'm going to do something, then you have to do it right there, live. And, when questions are fired at you, or a golf swing in front of you, and somebody wants some help, you can't mail that in.
Two of the favorites in the field were the two that came down to the wire in October at the Greenbrier. Zachary Beauchou, the overall North American Grand Final champion, and the Czech Republic's Simon Zach, the under-18 champion and second overall. Two staunch competitors, now true friends. This has been a critical part of Nick's overall series mission, not only to generate a spirited competition, but also to create lasting friendships.
When we played last round in the Greenbrier, we were friends, it's for 54 holes or whatever, so we were big friends for 45, and this last night was a very big fight, but we are still friends, and if he will be better than me, I'm no problem to tell him that congratulations.
They were even roommates here at Mission Hills, and we can only assume that they will be seen competing against each other over the next few years in the States, as Zachary recently signed with golf powerhouse Oklahoma State, and Simon signed a letter of intent to play for the Louisville Cardinals.
I think probably the things that I was most impressed about with Simon and his golf game was he presented himself with a very positive attitude, very enthusiastic about the game of golf, and that's shown through real clearly to me that he was a very competitive young man. He was a very focused young man. He has some real strong, high goals he wants to accomplish. So he brought together a complete package that seemed to impress me in every way about who he was and what he wanted to do and where he was going.
I think we were one of Zach's top choices all along. First thing with him is he's really eaten up with golf. I love his work ethic, and he wants to talk golf. He's all about that. And then certainly very, very talented kid. We always start, you look for that talent, but you want kids that are driven every day. They wake up thinking about golf, and he's certainly one of those.
Both players were on the first page of the leaderboard throughout the tournament, along with the Japanese sensation Yuki Kamasu.
Next on the tee is Yuki Kamasu from Japan.
Yuki's second round 67 gave him a one-shot lead over Simon and Zachary entering this final day. He was in prime position to become the third Japanese player in 4 years to win the Asia Grand Final. It was an exciting final round. Back and forth they went, matching stroke for stroke. Pressure packed. Although Zachary shot a splendid 69, he was still one shot back. A respectable third-place finish. Simon finished with a magnificent 68. And after sleeping on the lead, Yuki delivered a final round 69, tying Simon at the top. Once again, a Faldo Series Grand Final was headed to sudden death. Yuki made the first mistake. His tee shot on the par 5 went into the water, putting Simon straight in the driver's seat. His layup left him perfectly in the middle of the fairway, with 100 yards from the flag and a victory within his grasp. Simon's third, short and wet. His fifth, wet again. The game can be cruel, as evidenced in the playoff. Despite making bogey, Yuki won. Yuki Kamasu, the Faldo Series Asia Grand Final champion.
After the first time, I thought that I still can make something, but after the second shot, I was like, okay, I want to jump to the water also.
Simon, so close once again.
Oh, it was really great because I always wanted to meet him again.
Being the first girl to win overall definitely meant a lot, and for him to be there, it was awesome.
I was surprised how much he'd come up to you and help you out and talk to you about your golf and his golf and shared memories with all of us, and I think that's great for us because we can take a few things from him and see how we get on with it.
He was very nice, and I was very nervous since he's a legend in golf, and he was just very welcoming and was very funny and made you feel great.
Remember Karsten, the 17-year-old from the Netherlands who was sick and couldn't participate in the Greenbrier Grand Final? Well, Nick wanted to reconnect with him and offer a special invitation.
How are you feeling after all the
Yeah, after my operation, the recovery was very well. I recovered very, very well. It took me like 2 or 3 months, and I was fully recovered.
So Carson, my friend, it's great to see you looking fit and healthy. And as I said last year when we were back at the Greenbrier, I'm going to put you on medical extension and bring you back. And I really got good news, so I'm officially inviting you to Germany. And we're going to host nearly our 19th Faldo Series Grand Final. Stay fit, stay healthy, practice hard, and I look forward to seeing you in Germany in September.
But I spent an awful lot of time meeting with all the leading groups, talking about growing global golf. The Masters Foundation had good meetings, PGA of America, the R&A,
the PGA Tour, European Tour, everybody, sitting down and just talking to them and saying, right, how do we take this further? What can we do? So if I can do anything to help, just to give these kids in every walk of life an opportunity. We have kids that live there in really impoverished conditions. We take it to Nepal, we take it to Cambodia, we take it to Chile. Hey, if we give some boys and girls the opportunity to, hey, they may not make it into tournament golf, we know that percentage is minute, but if we introduce them to the game of golf and the avenues that are within the game of golf, that's also a victory for me. And I'm not going to stop until I've really taken it to the level where I can pass it on. We've really got a global Faldo series going with some really good solid events supported by all the world organizations. That's my mission.
So who will be part of the next wave of young superstars, future challengers, to Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, and Ricky Fowler? Who will be the next Tiger Woods or Yanni Sang? They could be right here at the Faldo Series. Sir Nick's year-long dedication to junior golf and exposing young players to international competition is evident in this exciting global tour. From Europe to North America, from South America to Asia. We hope you've enjoyed the Faldo Series. Today's the